Just introduce yourselves. You guys.
I'm Chris, and I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Adam, and I play guitar and I do a little singing too.
Nice. So Northcoast Shakedown. You guys are from Akron?
Yep.
That's awesome. And you guys are primarily like a rock group?
Yeah. I guess we just call ourselves rock. Like if anyone asks, it's always, yeah, we're a rock band, but we play like funky kind of rock. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's really hard to pinpoint it. I feel like I don't know. There's so many different influences.
We've been marketing it as psychedelic punk.
Oh.
Lately.
Ooh. It's kind of like you guys are kind of like infusing a lot of different genres.
Yeah, every one of us listens to totally different stuff than the other guy.
Yeah.
So we try to blend it all together.
Huh. So Northcoast Shakedown, that's kind of like, we're in the north.
Yeah.
Almost on the coast. I don't know, where'd that name come from?
That's
So, yeah, my uncle is an author, and that was the title of the first book that he had published. And I was a little kid whenever it was first published, and I've always been like, wow, that'd be a cool name for a band. And I've been in and out of bands since high school. And so when I started this project, I said, hey, let's call it this. And that's the story. It's a book, so check that out as well.
Huh.
It's like a murder mystery, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that kind of does sound like it. That's pretty cool sounding.
Yeah. It's set in Cleveland, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where the North Coast comes from.
Huh. Do you know the author?
Yeah, my uncle.
It's his uncle, yeah.
Oh, I totally missed that part.
Oh, no, yeah, it's all good. It's, if you look it up, his pen name is, Jim Winter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jim Winter.
Yeah.
That goes off the tongue pretty well.
Yeah.
So when did you guys start? When did you guys form?
Me and him started jamming just like this, like late 2014, early 2015, and then like summer of 2015, we ran into Nick and Zach at another show and started jamming as a full band. Played our first show in like August of 2015. So it's been like 4 years now, coming up on 4 years, 5 years, 4 years.
That's awesome.
Just hitting that stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool that you guys are still doing it. I mean, from my experience, most bands, don't, once you get past, I feel like 2-3 years, it's kind of like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we were just talking the other day. It's crazy how many bands we started playing with that just aren't bands anymore.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, we have that Facebook memories pop up, or
we'll
find an old ticket from a show or something, and it's like, man, I totally forgot about this band,
Does it make you guys feel old?
Yeah, a little bit.
Makes me feel resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah. Oh, yep, Ben Brown. Ben Brown just said hello. And
what up, Ben? Ben's the dude.
So you guys come from different backgrounds, I assume, in terms of music, or
yeah, like, I get, like, we all played in, like, reggae rock bands really early on. Like, I had this band called the Dirty 330, and he played guitar for us for a show back in high school.
Okay.
And then Nick and Zach were in Riptide. And, after Dirty 330, I was in Tropodelic for a short period of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But then, like, after that, like, I don't know, we're all into, like, rap or, like, metal and funk, and
yeah,
there's just so many different things. Like, everybody listens to something different, blues, like, and it all kind of seeps through, I guess.
So a lot of different genres. Yeah. Adam, do you listen to the same thing, or?
Oh, I mean, me and Chris, like, we listen to oddly similar stuff, but I don't think there's ever really been a lot of bands that he's brought up that I've been like, oh man, I love them. Like, we listen to totally different music, and it's so weird. Like, all four of us.
Huh.
Like, I generally grew up listening to more, like, the early, like, post-hardcore stuff, like Silverstein and bands like that, like Census Fail. And at that time, like, Chris was listening to, like, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all kinds of that stuff. Like,
can get more different in a way, yeah.
And then I think Zach grew up listening to, like, all kinds of crazy stuff, and Nick's music taste is way out there, out there in left field. Nick's got some. Nick brings up some bands and songs that I never would have come across if it wasn't for him.
I feel like I feel like Nick might just listen to Alice's Restaurant like on repeat.
On repeat.
That's a Nick thing for sure.
That's funny. Dang. Dion said hi.
What up, Dion?
And Alex Tortellini.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey.
Pistol whip.
They're going to be on later this semester.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Those are the dudes.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you got I can hear it in your music. Definitely, you guys all are kind of in different musical tastes.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing though. Like
Yeah, and I think me and Chris have just been playing together, especially so long at this point that like we just influence each other. Like the way we write songs is so inbred into us now that we just kind of do it. We get together and it just happens. Like we can write a song together so easily. Now if it's good, that's the hard part.
That's for sure. That's what I feel like I was saying in practice the other day, like if we would just stick to one genre, we would just kill it way more than we do.
Yeah, but it's not that simple.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
that's
just
for
want to
sure.
challenge ourselves.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Oh yeah. Well, especially when you have 4 people,
Yeah.
hands in the
Yeah, for
hands
sure.
in the pot. It's
Yeah, and we try to be really democratic in that sense. Like,
Yeah, that's for sure. It's like if 3 of us like something and one person doesn't, it doesn't matter. Like it's going that way.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to work it though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why you guys have been around
yeah, but
for as long.
we're all just easygoing guys too. Like, we don't really have much to argue about in the sense of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. And like we like so many different things, but I feel like we have a super high tolerance for everything as well. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, just anything weird gets thrown into the mix and it's like, oh yeah, that could be cool. I see where you're coming from with that or whatever.
So, are you guys hinting at a country Northcoast Shakedown at any point?
Oh man,
You know what,
the sad
man?
thing is, we could do it for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Get the fiddle out.
I grew up listening to country and like banjo stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like outlaw country, I guess. You can call it, but that's good
Get the
stuff.
yeah.
If we lose a drummer and a bass player, we'll do an outlaw country tour.
do a country tour.
Yep.
We'll do it.
Oh my gosh. So that brings me to my next question. You guys can answer separately. What's your earliest memories of music? Like, what were you listening to, like first that really got you into playing music?
Man.
I don't know if it's necessarily like something I remember or I've just seen like home videos of it so much that it's like implanted in me, but I remember like being super young and just like singing along to my dad's like record collections and stuff. He had like Meatloaf and
Oh yeah.
the Eagles and stuff like that, like and Garth Brooks even, like just the weirdest collection of stuff. So I would just listen to all that, and that's when I started. And it wasn't until like middle school or high school when I started like rebelling in that music, like that kind of musical taste. Like people were giving me CDs at school, and I was like, oh my god, there's so much more music out there than I thought there was. But yeah, it was really early for me, and just like I think like every kid that really gets into music, it's mostly their parents.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Listening to their music and what they like. Chris?
I think I kind of along the same lines, man. I think I've always been drawn to music. Like I remember seeing this one home video from when I was still in a diaper, man, and I had like this plastic baseball bat and was like holding it like a guitar. And it's like I've always been infatuated with a guitar, and my parents got me my first guitar when I was 10 years old. And then like I got, I think Dookie by Green Day was like one of the first records I got and learned how to play that. And my dad introduced me into a lot of punk rock, like Rancid and NoFX and stuff like that. So that was a huge impact on me being younger. Or like the Chili Peppers and Sublime were like, those were like just listed off like my top 5 childhood bands there. Like, so yeah, just really early on, like as soon as I could play the guitar, or as soon as I got a guitar, it was just game over. Like that's all I wanted to do.
That's great though. I mean, I feel like, Sublime would be a especially good one because you said earlier punk rock kind of
Yeah,
it's the
for
first
sure.
thing, and that kind of I feel like Sublime's a good bridge between that kind of punk rock flavor but also kind of reggae.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of like hip hop elements as well, which You know, like, I loved it. That was my favorite band back in the day, for sure.
I still remember you in high school, when we first met, man. Hey, you need to check out the Robin the Hood album, because I was like, oh yeah, I've heard Smoke Two Joints and Bad Fish, and you're like, no, listen to this stuff.
Yeah, man.
The real Sublime.
It's funny to think about the fact that, like, we came from a really, really small high school. Like, I think my graduating class had like 60 or 70 kids in it. And, like, I was the reggae guy in that small town, you know? It's pretty cool.
That's pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
Looking at it now, like...
Little farm town. Yeah, that's for sure, man.
It's pretty funny. So you guys want to play a song?
Yeah, man.
Sure. What do you want to play, man?
I don't know.
Let's do Trust Me. This one's called Trust Me, I'm a Doctor.
lot has changed since you went away. I'm still the same, just a little more deranged. It seems inhumane, but I've only got myself to blame. I lie awake trying to learn to turn the page, but make no mistake, I break borders just to pave the way till my selfish mind comes to drag me to my grave. And I just can't wait to take your breath away. There's no air in my lungs and I'm starting to deflate. You can tell my story's getting old, I found my new tribe and it feels right. So I drag the water and it gets hotter, cause the last time was a bad time. You can tell my story's getting old, I found my new tribe and it feels right. So I drag the water and it gets hotter, cause the last time was a bad time. Each day and try to face strange. If you won't lift my chains, at least rattle up my cage. How long will it take? Oh good Lord, I said forever take. You never know just how far you're gonna sink. I see it in your face that you're scared. Go ahead now, run away. Leave me behind. This borrowed time is such a waste. Cause I found my place and I don't think I can leave today. So the guilt trip you planned is just gonna have to wait. You can tell my story's getting old, I found my new tribe and it feels right. So I drag the water and it gets hotter, cause the last time was a bad time. You can tell my story's getting old, I found my new tribe and it feels right. So I drag the water and it gets hotter, cause the last time was a bad time.
Just go back into the last part.
Trust me, trust me, trust me, I'm a doctor. Trust me, I'm a doctor. You can tell my story's getting old. I found my new tribe and it feels right. So I drag the water when it gets hotter, 'cause the last time was a bad time.
Nice.
Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome, guys.
Thanks, man.
I could definitely, I don't know. How long were you in Tropidelic, Chris?
From the beginning of 2013 to the beginning of 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool because that kind of sounds like older Tropidelic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Because I feel like they changed their style quite a bit from where it was, when they were pretty local
Yeah, for sure.
to now. But yeah, that was really good, guys, though. That was awesome.
Cool. Thanks, man.
I'm going to take a break here to let the listeners know. Did you know that Black Squirrel Radio sells station merchandise? Did you guys know?
I did not.
Oh, well, we do. We have several different types of t-shirts, stickers, pins, record bowls, and more. Check out our merchandise via the blacksquirrelradio.com, and you can find the shop link on the top corner of our site, and you can buy it there. I think we got new shirts. I think we got like a whole new design.
Nice, we just got new shirts too.
Oh, yeah. You hear that, everybody?
Plug.
Northcoast Shakedown just got new shirts.
Yep, come to a show. Give us your money.
How much are those shirts?
$10.
Yeah.
$10. That is a steal.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just wanted, if I don't think I said this before, but if whoever's watching on the Facebook live stream, if you want to ask Northcoast Shakedown any questions,
Ask us your deepest, darkest questions.
Oh, God.
the very deep ones, the very deep and dark ones. But yeah, do you guys usually play out like acoustic?
No.
Not since we got a drummer and a bass player.
Yeah, I honestly think the last time we did this was the last time we were on the radio.
Yeah. And it was totally different songs, too. It's
It
weird.
might have been like 2 years ago, to be honest.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was a good minute ago.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. It sounded like you guys like casually do that a lot.
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of how
that's
we
good.
write some of our songs. That's how we write a lot of our songs, or
Yeah,
we used to.
that's
Like,
for sure.
It's just us jamming together. Like,
They always come to fruition with either a riff at practice or me or Adam sending a video over Facebook Messenger to everybody of like something on the acoustic guitar, and then that's usually how North Coast songs come about.
So who writes the lyrics?
Mostly me, but like if Adam sings something, it's not me writing his parts.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Like, we usually write anything that we sing on our own, and that's why, like, I'd like to sing more, but I just have such a problem writing lyrics lately. I don't know what it is, but
It's not for creative freedom. It's
Right.
because we're both lazy.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just Chris. Like, he can write lyrics so quick, and they're so natural to him. And then from there, we usually it takes him a little while to sit down and put something on loop and come up with some lyrics, but we'll figure out some harmonies or stuff usually, like when we're recording like the scratch tracks or demos or whatever, and then yeah, we always write our own parts though, unless it's something that like he comes up with that he's like, hey, while I'm doing this, it'd be cool if you're doing this here.
Yeah, like specifically.
Yeah. We come up with that stuff sometimes, but
Do you guys like jam it out sometimes over progressions or?
oh yeah, I mean that's
That's
like he said, that's like the other 50% of where our songs come from is like we'll just be at practice, and while our bass player's getting his gear ready or something, Zach will just start messing around on the
Noodling.
drums, and Chris will just start playing a riff, and we'll just go from there, and
yeah.
we'll jam it for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then afterwards we're like, man, that was sweet, we should record that real quick.
yeah, for sure. And then revisit it and revisit it and revisit it. And
I'm guessing there's been times where you guys play something cool on accident and don't record it,
Oh yeah.
and then you're like,
countless
shit.
times.
That's literally, Chris just got he got a Tascam like handheld recorder for the band, so like we're recording all our live shows and our practices now. That was a huge reason for it too, was because we were jamming stuff all the time, and like, oh man,
Yeah.
we gotta remember that. Like,
Yeah. But not only that, it's like good to listen to your own practices and shows like like I think you said it before, like how a football team watches their own practices on video.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like it's I don't know, it's just super important that you hear it from an outside perspective.
You guys should definitely get GoPros.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Put it on the guitar.
So badly, I want to have a GoPro on the neck of my guitar.
That'd be really cool. And have I just came up with this. Okay, all right. So it's like you split the screen into 4 different things, and they're each.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
video,
like
man.
Mario Kart, but
Yeah.
it's a band.
put the Shakedown logo in the middle. And,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, that's really So yeah. Show us your tits, Chris.
Who said that?
Cameron Snyder.
Oh, that's Young Swamp Dick.
Yeah.
So wait, are you gonna?
Nope. There's no chance of that.
What's up, Tim Schilling? Thrilling Tim Schilling's in the comments. So you guys have been playing for 4 years now,
Yep.
Yeah.
and so you guys started in Akron, or
Yeah.
So,
how'd that go
That's weird.
so when we started, like the practice spot was in Brecksville, which is like right between Cleveland and Akron.
yeah,
So, at shows, I didn't know what to say. So I was like, yeah, we're from around here, you know. But then Adam lives in Akron, and then Nick and Zach live like just outside of Akron. And then I actually live in Wadsworth, so I'm lying when I say that I'm from Akron. But
I mean, it's outside Akron.
but yeah,
It's just outside.
like 3/4 of the band are from like the Akron area, so that's like the best central location. And that's that's what we're repping.
Yeah, cool. But you guys usually play in Akron, or just all over?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we
like
play
our
all
home
over,
base,
but-
but this year especially, we're trying to get out there more. And like, we just got back from Baltimore. We did the Frozen Harbor Festival out there.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It was a blast, man.
Yeah, it was sick.
So much fun.
For sure.
And like, we're playing Cleveland next week with some friends we have from out in Baltimore. Joint Operation.
Yeah.
They're cool dudes.
They just played with Bumpin' Uglies,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
Yeah, they did it like
A small run with
yeah,
them.
they did a good stretch with
Yeah.
Bumpin' Uglies. Yeah, those guys are super cool. They're the first people to recognize and talk to us in Baltimore, which was nice.
Yeah, it was
Nice to
cool.
see familiar faces so far away from home.
We literally get out of the Uber, like from where we were staying to the venue. We just went a day early to check everything out and listen to some of the other bands. And the second we got out of the Uber, somebody's like, Northcoast Shakedown! We turned around, like, what the heck? Like,
That's
it
awesome.
was so cool, man.
Dang.
We'd never been there before. Like, it was really fun. Everybody out there's so nice.
That was your first time at that festival, I'm guessing, too.
Yeah, well, Chris had been there before with Trop, like, years ago. But
Yeah.
it was our first time there. It was, I think, all of our first time, besides you, in Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that's mostly a rock, or is it?
It was like a rock, reggae, there was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it was like there's like a small section of like several different venues, and collectively it's called Power Plant Live, and they had like a separate venue, Ram's Head Live, that was a part of this festival where like Less Than Jake and Method Man and Redman played, and then like the smaller stretch of venues, they had like a rock stage, they had like rappers, blues bands, funk bands.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Wow.
it was crazy. And there were like a lot of people from Maryland, a lot of like regional acts. Like, I don't know, it was super cool.
Huh. So it had, different combination.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
but
That's really cool.
Everybody was like, even though there were so many genres and everything going on, like, people were just watching all the shows. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone was really receptive of everyone else,
yeah,
which was
it was a really cool
super
scene
cool.
out there.
That's the thing that I like about Maryland, I've noticed, is just like, both times that I've been out there, all of the bands and musicians and stuff from out there, it seems like they're like, alright, well, let's just help each other do this no matter what. Like, which is like a super cool, like, vibe that they had out there.
I feel like it's a tight knit.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of music in that area. It's crazy how many bands.
I know,
like,
man.
there
and like
and
good
out west.
bands,
Yeah.
too. It's like, yeah, it was super impressive.
That's crazy. So that was all indoors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
raining
I would-
the second day. So.
I would assume it was cold. So
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
that's really interesting. So it was just a bunch of like venues along.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little
Yeah, it was like
arts district kind of.
if you think
Okay.
about like East 4th in Cleveland,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, like just a small street, sort of like that, and there was like, I think like 8 different venues or something like that, just right along that little strip, and they're all like a part of the same festival. It was super cool though.
Yeah, it was cool, man. They're like he said, Less Than Jake was there, Method Man. We saw Mayday, the rap group, the one night. There was a lot of
Yeah, Red, Gold, Green.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
Like,
I know Less Than Jake is pretty big in that,
Oh yeah,
that area.
definitely.
I feel like at this point, Less Than Jake's just big everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
they're legends.
They're
Yeah.
Less Than Jake, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, we were mentioning this before. So you're the primary songwriter, like lyricist, Chris.
Yeah.
What is your favorite or favorites things to write about?
I think lately, just the overall theme of things that I've been writing about has been like adapting to change in your own life, I guess. And like when I was younger, I meant like just senselessly wrote a lot of songs about like smoking weed and drinking and like doing drugs and like
Standard stuff.
yeah. And then like the more mature I got, I guess, and the more that I myself had to adapt to change in life, like yeah, I guess. Yeah, just like your style of writing changes the more that you play. Like you don't want to write about the same things for forever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or if you do, you want to take a break from them at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like to write about things that are going on around me. So a lot of times, even though like my songs are from like the I perspective, it's about something that I see happening to someone else.
Okay.
Happen. I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, like you're putting yourself in their shoes.
Yeah,
looking
for
at their
sure.
Situation. I've noticed
Yeah.
that about your songs.
Do you have your own like opinions in the songs, or like your own take on things?
Yeah, I guess so. It's sort of I don't know, like we have this song Grassy Knoll, and like the overall theme of that song is like, if you don't like your situation, then change it. Like that's like a rule of thumb I kind of live by, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a good general rule to live by.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like. Yeah. So you guys want to play another song?
Sure. You want to play that one?
Grassy Knoll, yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A vagrant in my mind, another factor that I just can't seem to hide. Asleep with open eyes, we've gotta find a way to seal this great divide. Well, no one's soul gets dressed in gold just by going through the motions, only do what you're told. I know this shit is getting old, but like a weed in concrete, you find a way to grow. Yeah, don't lose your head, you just need to change up the scenery. 'Cause everybody's got their own way of dealing. Don't lose your head, you just need to change up the scenery. 'Cause everybody's got their own way of dealing. So now I got it right. I look around, it seems like everything's just fine. They say just give it time until stagnation goes and settles in my mind. Well, now your soul's been dressed in gold. Yeah, you've gone through the motions and you broke that mold. I know this shit is getting on. Like a weed in concrete, we'll find a way to grow. Yeah, don't lose your head, you just need to change up the scenery. 'Cause everybody's got their own way of dealing. Don't lose your head, you just need to change up the scenery. 'Cause everybody's got their own way of dealing. Change the time we get to time we give away. Embrace your faith, the time we get to time we give away. What's left to say, the time we get to time we give away. That's really weird doing that acoustic.
Yeah. We've literally never even practiced that acoustic. That's weird.
Yeah.
Here, I'll still give you guys. There we go.
Sweet.
Nice.
That was even better than last time.
Help my self-worth.
That was really good. That was really cool though. Those strumming patterns, like when you synchronize those strumming patterns, it's kind of like it kept moving and moving, and
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
it really sounded really cool. What bands do you like playing with like most in terms of like genre?
I'll tell you what, man. Hexam. Those are the guys. I love those guys, man. They're one of my favorites, as well as Divorce Horse.
Okay, yeah.
Those guys shred.
Yeah, man. We play with the Intangibles a lot. Those guys are always fun. I mean, we've been playing with them for years now.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And
Those are my top three favorite locals, I think.
same here, man. They like just because every show we play with them is just fun, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you, it's really cool to play around here and play with bands that you really love.
Mm-hmm. And you see them often.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, for sure.
and I know the Intangibles have been around for 4 years,
Yeah.
if not more. I think a little more than 4.
Just like I told you, I'm trying to go to that show this Saturday with them. Like,
Oh yeah.
when you know it's a good time when you're trying to go see another band show when you're not having a show, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said Hexam because Stimpy's just played with them at the Vortex last
Oh, really?
weekend. I think
man,
that
we
was.
play
Yeah.
with those guys.
Oh, yeah. I
We
saw
play with
that.
those guys so much. It's so fun every time.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I just saw him at Buzzbin
Oh, yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I also love playing with the Punctuation whenever we played with them.
Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's a stellar musician, man.
I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for like a Drunken Sunday like reunite.
Dude, I want to vanish them all over you.
Oh yeah,
I want them to come back, man. That,
Both bands.
yeah.
yeah, just
World
both
tour.
one show.
The
like
Ben
one
Brown experience.
Yeah.
They both play. The Ben. It's just a bunch of Ben Brown bands.
Blind Joel opens up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He was playing with Snippy's too on the last
really?
Saturday. Yeah.
Nice.
Right on.
He's crazy. He's a crazy guy. So what are you guys' like inspirations for writing and making music?
Not wanting to work a day job forever.
Yeah, honestly, like, that's our driving goal. I mean, me and Chris always talk about how, like, especially in this day and age, man, you don't need to be, like, selling out stadium tours to make a living, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, I hate the term rock star, man.
Yeah, I really do, too, because, like, especially you talk to, like, some of your family members that don't, like...
Yeah, like, oh,
Get it,
you
you
want to
know?
be a rock star? Good. Okay, good
Yeah.
luck, fella.
Fella.
I just want to pay my bills playing my guitar. Like,
Yeah.
that's all.
I've had people,
all I
like,
want.
literally concerned, you know, like, talk to me, like, really concerned, like, well, you know, you're getting to the point, like, you should really, like, have a backup plan. I'm like, nah, because...
No, yeah.
I don't...
You only live one life.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
That's for sure, man.
I just told my friend the other day I'd rather get old and be able to tell my kid, like, yeah, I was in a band and we toured around and, you know, that's
Yeah.
all we ended up doing,
You
but I
work
had
it-
fun doing it, you know?
Yeah.
But like I was saying before, there's just so many bands at, like, mid-level that, like, people have never heard of that make a living, you know?
Oh yeah.
Touring
Mhm.
and they
It's
don't
really great when you find them though
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're going to those house shows and touring around like that, and I
Yeah,
think
or
it's
even,
really
like,
cool.
I know bands, like, there's so many bands that play, like, they headline the Agora and stuff, you know? Like, they'll come through on a headlining tour at the Agora and sell it out, but then the general public doesn't know who they are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just not the scene, you know, or it's not, like, a big name. There's just so many ways to do it now.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of different ways within music to make a living off of it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Um,
to supplement your income and stuff.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask this though: what's your least favorite part of music?
Just the, I'm gonna have an old man answer, dude, and just say, like, sometimes it's just being super tired all the time.
Mhm.
That's
But,
for
like,
sure.
That's just, like, that's something you gotta chalk up to, you know, what
Yeah.
it takes to make it.
The worst part of of music is the fact that it doesn't come easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't mind putting in work, but it's like playing a show at 11 o'clock at night and then sticking around until the bar closes at 2 to get paid, and then
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then going back into work at 6 in the morning
Yeah.
and doing it like 3 days in a row. It's just like
That's exactly what I meant.
that-
dude, was
that's
being
murder.
tired all the
Mm-hmm.
time. Like, if I could just cut out the waking up early, I'd play shows.
oh
all the
yeah, for
time,
sure.
you know?
It's like it's
Oh, yeah.
borderline masochistic to
Yeah.
to just work yourself into the ground like that, but it is what it is, man. It's what I want to do. So
It's like kind of any way you can make it work and still make money and still, you know, get.
Me and Chris are constantly texting each other, like, just hyping each other up, like,
Oh yeah.
like we have to kill ourselves now if we want to make this a living later.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's for sure.
You just got to put in the work.
yeah,
Like,
I've just never heard, like, I've never watched. I was big on watching band interviews and stuff, like, all the time when I was younger, and, like, any band I liked, I would just hunt for interviews of them, and never did I hear a single one of them say that it was easy or, like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that they didn't put in work, you know.
Yeah.
So you got to treat it like a full-time job if you want it to be a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely. And yeah, you guys are doing a great job. You both have day jobs or
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
putting in the work?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then, like, 4 or 5 nights a week, we're doing Northcoast stuff. Like, if it's not practice, we're, like, recording or...
Yeah, that's
something
for
else
sure,
for the
man.
band,
It's like we rehearse like twice a week,
Mm.
and then like we're working on an EP right now. And if we're not doing that, then me and Adam are getting together and writing, or even just being at home by ourselves. You know, working on
new
something
merch or
new.
something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just constant. It's like
It's like a juggling act. Like, as soon as you start worrying about booking shows, you're like, oh, I'm letting my merch slip.
Up,
We're not writing any new music. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's balancing everything.
that's for sure.
Definitely. And yeah, it's one big balancing act.
Yeah,
Being doing performing and selling and all that
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of.
man.
And you learn a lot too, though.
Oh, yeah, for
it's-
sure.
It's crazy because I think most people who, like you said, rock star or whatever, people who don't know the business side of it and don't know how much work, because a lot of people think it's easy, and I've seen a lot of people, start doing it, and then they're like, oh, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
And they kind of quit after that point.
I feel like that goes back to what we were saying earlier about seeing all the bands that we played with not be around,
Oh, yeah. They were great bands, though.
Yeah,
but
they were
for
good,
sure.
but, like, they thought it was, I feel like some of them just thought it was going to come easier than it did. So
Mhm.
but then it's different with everybody, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are just...
Sometimes it's just a time thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially bands, you have multiple people who can't agree on something, or if it's like someone doesn't have enough time, it kind of implodes that way.
I feel like that's part of the biggest battle is having free time.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I was going to say something, I forget what it was. Yeah, I feel like a lot of, artists who start like that and think it's going to come easy, they don't last long, but, the ones who, grind it out, there's reward in it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
You learn a lot along the way, and especially like business aspect. Like a lot of people don't see the business side of music.
Yeah.
Where bands, that you got to deal with contracts and timing and rates and whatever. And
Yeah, that's for sure, man.
That's why we're really lucky for his time in Tropodelic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He got to see a little bit of, like, touring, like...
Yeah.
He was touring 2 years with them, so it's like... He got to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that local bands don't get to see until they're on that level,
Oh, yeah.
So he got, like, a sneak peek of it for this stuff.
That's for sure. It's just realizing that you have a brand and you have to find a way to sell that brand to people.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
You just gotta find some way.
Figure out what that brand exactly is. Like, what is it that you are selling to people?
Yeah. You gotta make it good too.
Yeah.
In that,
yeah, for sure.
You don't just have to
it's
sell
gotta
it.
be
You gotta
something
make it
that you're
good.
proud of. for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta be confident with it.
And I feel like that's something we do a lot, especially like we wrote a whole batch of songs before, and we recorded them almost all the way done, and then one day we were just like, these aren't songs that we want to put out.
Yeah, they're not representative of us.
Yeah.
You know?
We wrote them and like we put work into them, but at the end of the day, we weren't proud. We weren't as proud of them as we are of these new songs that we've written. So,
Yeah. Hey, that's a learning.
yeah.
You guys are
it's just
learning.
like any other business. You can put out junk if you want, but it's gonna have our name on it. So
Yeah.
we want to make it
Yeah.
something we're proud of.
You guys have 2 EPs out or one? Or-
We have no EPs out.
Yeah, we just have some
Okay.
singles
Yeah, we have
and
2
stuff,
singles.
and, the last EP was the one that we scrapped halfway through just because of those songs, but this new one is
Okay.
it's gonna be 6 songs. It's really coming together really nice. We're actually really pumped about it.
Yeah, for sure.
That first song you played is on Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
streaming
Okay.
everywhere.
That's okay. Yeah. That's where I saw that at. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we have just a couple singles out on like Spotify and iTunes and all that good stuff. But then, yeah, like we're working on this EP right now. It should be out like spring, summertime-ish. And then that also will be available on all that good stuff.
It's a good time to release it.
Yeah, for
Summer.
sure.
Got to get those shows in and promote it.
Yeah, trying
That's
to
for
stay
sure,
busy
man.
and like I said earlier, get out of town more. Trying to make it
yeah.
over to Buffalo and some places like that.
Mm-hmm. Was that was your first time out of state?
Yeah, the Maryland one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So, what are you guys' favorite places to play around here?
I like the Vortex and the Empire.
Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah. Andrew that runs the Vortex. Such a good dude, man. Sometimes that place gets a really bad rep, and I feel like it's because people don't give it a chance.
Yeah,
But
I think it's the location too.
yeah.
I think that's
I can understand that, but man,
But like Andrew's a good guy.
for real, the people that run it are so good and have always been so good to us. Like,
Mhm.
they're super good people.
They just got a new soundboard. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yeah, they got
every
that nice
time we
big
go
Andrew.
there, Andrew's got something new because he just really puts back into that place.
Yeah.
Like,
That's awesome.
that's literally like me and Chris always joke that that's where we got our start. Like that's where we
It really
put all
is,
of our
though.
acoustic shows. And that's where Northcoast was kind of born. But the
Yeah.
Empire's our other fave spot to play.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I love the Empire, but I feel like if you're an Akron band, it's almost generic to say
Yeah.
that you like the Empire. Because, like, it is good. Like, it's a really good place, but, like,
the
it's
Empire.
everybody's favorite
I feel
place.
like it's just almost, there's like nothing bad to say about it.
I
Like,
love their
yeah.
stage, man.
I know, it's so good.
cool.
Like, everything
Stage is
about
good.
that place is cool, but...
The drinks are good. They help you load your gear in. Like,
Yeah.
You just can't say anything bad about
And
it.
there's so much room in the back
Oh,
for
yeah.
equipment. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a fun spot, but
Any places outside Akron, by chance? Any Cleveland or Kent? Or...
man, I loved playing the Agora the couple times we played it.
Yeah, we've somehow lucked out, and the Agora has always been a good time. We headlined the Agora one time.
Really?
Yeah, it was sick.
It was wild. Man.
Shoot.
It was one of the most successful shows that we'd ever played. Like,
And we don't even
Yeah.
know how it happened. Like,
I know. Yeah, they were like, "Hey, you guys want to
they're like,
play
"We have
a
an off
free
weekend,
show
you wanna
here?"
play it?"
I'm like, "Yeah, we'll play a free show or
Free?
whatever." And like, I think
That's
like
awesome.
well over 200 people showed out to it, and it was sick. It was really cool. It was like in the earlier stages of the band too, so it's like, how did we do this?
Great publicity, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's awesome.
I've always loved the Agora. Like, that's where I saw some of my favorite bands, like, growing up. So, like, being on that stage after I was watching them in the crowd was just, like, something I'll never forget. Even though it's, like, you know, people play the Agora all the time, but it's just sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I'd like to get into the Garage Shop, because that's another favorite venue of mine, but we haven't played that yet.
Yeah.
It's a cool place.
Yeah, I love the Grog Shop, man.
It's been around for like 100 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
So has the Agora, though. I feel like, yeah, they've been around for a long time, too.
Yeah, for sure.
We did playing at the Meadery, too, with Jeremiah, the Alpine Meadery.
Mm-hmm.
Place is dope.
Beach City,
Yeah.
out in the country.
That's right.
Yeah, we had some good shows down around that area, though. Like, we played that. We played
The Shack.
Show with
Yeah.
Jeremy from Tool. Man, and
Yeah.
what was that Garage Bar show we played on Halloween?
Oh yeah, I think it was just called the Garage Bar. It was literally someone's garage.
Yeah, man.
It's like a BYOB bar. We played a Halloween show there.
I'm pretty sure Travis
It
set
was
that up, didn't he?
insane.
Where at?
Sherrodsville.
Dude, those people know how
I think they let dude. It's a little town with a population of like 200, and literally over half the town was there. Like, it was sick.
It's probably
It
the only
was
thing
so
going
sick.
on.
And these people were trashed, and we got to play, and we're just like, here goes nothing.
Yeah, no,
God.
and they were super receptive to it,
Yeah.
man. Like, I loved it, man. That was such a good time.
Where's that at? Like, where?
Dude, in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. It was scary driving out there.
Like Bolivar, you know where that's at?
Oh,
Like,
right by
down
Dover?
there? Yeah,
By Dover,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
down
It's down that
77?
direction. Yeah, it's straight down like 21 South.
I played a house venue down in Dover, which is a little past Bolivar, and it's just like...
What was it called?
It was the
The
stringed...
Broken
Broken
String
String,
House,
yeah.
venue?
That's the near pass, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was like in a garage, like it was there was a room below a garage, and that's where it was. And
That's cool.
their sound was so loud though, like I could not hear anything after that. It was, man, it was great time though, great time.
Yeah, for sure.
Brought a thing of tequila and
Right on.
good time, house show.
Yeah, man. Another place in Cleveland, we play the Huff House.
Okay.
Plymouth House.
The Plymouth House, man.
Yeah.
It's a house show venue up there with our boys in the Huff crowd, and they, like, I don't know, I've been to quite a few house shows since playing in this band, but I've never been to shows like that at a house, like
Yeah, it's literally like when you see like house parties in movies.
a Gen X house party movie.
Yeah.
That's what this was. Like,
Everybody's jumping off the roof.
Me and Chris finished playing the show in the basement with our band, and we're trying to load our gear out, and we can't even get up the stairs.
Yeah, it's like shoulder to shoulder
There's
with people.
so many people
like,
in this house, and we
It
just
was
look around
incredible.
and there's people taking shots everywhere and having fun, and no fights. Like, everybody's super chill.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
super good environment too. Like,
They work really hard up there to like house bands and bring a lot of touring bands through there. No fights. Like, everybody's super chill.
yeah,
yeah.
super good environment too. Like,
They work really hard up there to like house bands and bring a lot of touring bands through there. So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Shout out to Josh and Iron Bison.
yeah, Iron Bison.
Who just put out a CD.
Oh man.
I don't like. Was that was in the basement or in the house? Was that in the
No.
basement?
It was in a
Plymouth?
basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I've been to multiple house shows like that where there's just so many people in the basement. I'm like, something's gonna go wrong
Yeah.
here at
No.
some point.
Do you think so? And we've been at somewhere like
Yeah.
some stuff has like started
Oh, yeah.
boiling over.
Ooh.
But not there, man. They're all super chill and they're just there for the music, you know.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best type of people. You guys want to do one more song?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
You want to do Skinwalker?
Yeah.
This is my favorite one.
A new life with no peace of mind. I need a little time to myself to unwind. Hoping for a bright light, hoping that time is on my side. So we kick back and forth the memories of what was in the things I've ignored. Closing out the past so I can open new doors. Looking for some hope now in a world that could seem so cold. I give these pieces to you. I'm not the man you thought you knew. But I've gotta say that I don't feel myself today. No, 'cause things just seem too strange. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. Letting go of what I've done, holding on to what's become. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. Well, I've been howling at the moon for so long, trying to scrape a living off of writing these songs. Give me just a second so I can catch my breath and feel new life growing. It's taking its first steps. Yeah, well, I can never be the person that they want me to be. I could be your best friend or your worst enemy, but I take the shape of whatever works for me. 'Cause when the sun sets, there'll be no courtesy. The taste of blood on the tip of my tongue. Sip of whiskey ain't no more fun. Yeah, for all the things that I've forsaken, all the steps that I've been taking, something new inside awakens. We never gonna make it without change, and it feels so strange. Stumble through the forest just to make my day, and I can never explain why I act this way, but put it on the line so you can hear me say, I give these pieces to you. Not the man you thought you knew, but I've gotta say that I don't feel myself today. No, 'cause things just seem too strange. So away from that skin that I've been walking in. Letting go of what I've done, holding on to what's become. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. I don't feel myself today, 'cause things just seem too strange. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. Letting go of what I've done and on to what's become. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. I don't feel myself today. No, 'cause things just seem too strange. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in. Letting go of what I've done, holding on to what's become. So far away from that skin that I've been walking in.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thanks, man.
Which one should I do? Oh, there we go.
I like it.
Woo! That ending was really cool. How'd you guys come up with that? What was behind that?
Remember, man. That's,
I don't know.
That was really cool.
But it reminds me of like Molly Hatchet or like some like 70s kind of rock band.
Yeah.
Like
That's really. Was that like really fast finger picking or?
no, it's actually pretty simple.
Yeah, it is. It is
It's just
simpler
the
than
harmony
it
that
sounds.
sounds cool.
Yeah. So you were down a fifth or?
I think he plays it higher,
Yeah, dude.
and then I play like, because it started like the root was like lower,
Yeah. Okay.
and then he played it an octave up.
That sounds so cool.
So I played the fifth.
The thing about that, it comes out of nowhere too. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
for
crazy.
sure.
That's crazy. And that's just how it ends. That's awesome. Chris, why is that your favorite? Is there a specific reason?
Well, I guess.
He's always said that, but I've never asked him that either. That's funny.
So
What is the answer?
let me think. When I started writing that song, my sister was pregnant with like the first like baby out of all of the siblings. So like that's where like I was worried about her and like the situation and stuff. So that's where the opening line comes from.
Mhm.
A new life, there's no peace of mind. I need a little time, you know.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of references in that song to like just like a child, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like the chorus, like it's like growing, like being from like a blank slate to like coming into something else, and like that chorus, I don't feel myself today because things just seem too strange, so far away from the skin that I've been walking in. Like everybody's felt that, you know what I mean? Like everybody's not felt like themselves before.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
sometimes you can just get into a weird headspace, and I don't know, just with like the time that I wrote the song and the meaning behind it, I guess, is like, it just means a lot to me, I guess.
Yeah. Especially these days, I feel like it's even more difficult to not feel like yourself and kind
Yeah.
of sort of away with everything going on, and a lot of, you know, it's busy life, and we just need to take time to.
That's for sure, man.
I'm not trying to be philosophical here, but
I mean,
trying to be deep.
You're hitting the nail on the head there.
it really is. That's kind of why it is.
That's a cool message though. Really cool song, guys. What's the most like craziest gig you guys ever like? I feel like there's always a gig that you remember especially above like any other show, or maybe a couple shows that you remember more than others. Like, was there any crazy show stories?
Okay. We had a super good crowd at the Agora when we played with Bumpin' Uglies and Ballyhoo, which like that was pretty cool. But
I think I know where you're going.
but someone got peed on like after I said.
Why?
Yeah, like
What?
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I know for sure that someone pulled out their unit and urinated on someone else in the crowd and was removed from the venue for that. So that's pretty
We
crazy.
just kept
Like
hearing
at
security guards
a
talk
reggae
about-
show?
Yeah,
Like
like,
what?
What?
Like why
Yeah.
did the most rock and roll thing that I've ever seen happen at a show happen at a reggae show?
That sounds like some festival stuff.
Yeah, but it was like we had a really great crowd that night, and they were super receptive.
They got too excited, I guess.
That's for sure. It was
It'd
like-
be the band.
it was like a full room for sure. It was super cool.
So they just when did you start seeing like security guards?
we just actually heard him talking about it like afterwards.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Because it was during our set, wasn't it?
No, it was during bumping. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah,
I mean, I could understand, you know, whenever I listen to Bumpin' Uglies
oh yeah, you just feel the urge to urinate.
everywhere.
Yeah,
It's funny.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, but that was one of the most memorable shows, I think, for sure, because that's when like we gained a lot of fans from that show, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like it was like we played really well, and it was a great crowd, and there were some good stories to tell from it. Like,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one sticks out in my head.
and then like also that Plymouth House show we were just talking about, like great crowd and made a lot of fans. Like
Nobody peed.
nobody peed,
Yeah, okay.
thankfully.
See, that's the mark of a good show. Like,
Yeah, but something that wild happens, man. Like that.
We need you guys to come out and piss at every Northcoast Shakedown show. That's That's gonna be our thing. It's just our
gonna have a group of
everywhere.
Group of people who just pee. That's funny. Wow, that's crazy. I can't.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, it could be reggae. If you, I don't know.
The most Irie thing I've ever heard in my life.
So yeah, you guys. So Maryland's the farthest you guys have played.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys planning on going anywhere else out of state or?
Yeah, for sure, man. We're talking to a band in Buffalo, trying to swap some shows. We want to get out to PA and like Michigan real soon. Like that's just our goal. Columbus and Cincinnati, Toledo. Like we just want to.
We can even like hit Louisville down there. Like
Yeah, for sure. I guess the goal coming up is just to spread out as far as possible now.
Yeah.
Like we're doing really well in the area, so it's time to take the show on the road.
Hey, yeah.
You know?
It's the best time to do it is during the summer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you guys have that joint operation show coming up. Do you guys have any other shows coming up?
That's our only one in March. We've been trying to make like the Northeast Ohio ones a little more sparse, just because it affects your draw. You don't want to oversaturate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
An area.
trying to just make them more fun shows too, like giving people a little more to look forward to so we're not playing out every weekend, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
420 will be at the Vortex with Joey Harcum, who's also from Baltimore. Persons, Places, Things, and another band to be announced.
You need to get Persons, Places on here if you haven't had them on.
They're
super cool guys.
Yeah, for real. I've known Chris since I was like 16.
I think I was talking to Chris. I can't remember.
Have you ever seen those guys?
Yeah, I've seen them once, but
So good.
yeah. Oh yeah. Kind of like Hexum. I see them once in a while, and then I'm like, "What was that band?" Oh,
Yeah.
like that's funny. So yeah, just one more question here. What tips would you give to any younger musicians coming up and starting a band or just starting? What tips would you give them?
I think I would tell them just make sure that you're, at least like from my personal experience, just be happy with what you're doing. Like, if you can be really happy with it in like the work that you're putting into it at the end of the day, then nobody else can tell you anything, you know. I know that sounds like really cliche or whatever, but
that's too cheesy.
Yeah, but really, it's like if you really want it, you'll make it happen in one way or another. I'm a big believer in that, and I just think screw what other people have to say. Unless like there are people that'll try and help you, and I'm not saying be a dick to all of them, but don't let people tell you can't do what you want to do.
Oh yeah,
I would say care about it a lot. And be professional. Like, I remember when I was in my first band, like, just getting drunk in the parking lot and just being a super ass whenever I played, or just, like, I don't know, just being ridiculous. Like, don't do that. Like, if you want to do anything with music, like, it's not the 70s anymore. You can't, like, come in and just, like, show up late and be a punk and disrespect everyone, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Let's sign these guys. They got some.
Like,
put it on.
We're pretty rowdy guys, like, and we like to have fun and play around, but like, we're really professional in that sense of like when we handle dealing with venues or other people. Like, we try to always put our best foot forward. And
oh yeah,
for sure, and definitely just care about it. Like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a part of something and you're like, I don't really care what happens. Like, I could give a shit less. Like, it's not. Like, you're gonna get nowhere with it, obviously, but, like, I don't know, I love this band like it was my own child, and how it, like, I would do anything for it, so if you want to do it,
it kind of grows like a child, too,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Grows.
That's for sure, man.
Yeah.
It just goes back to what we were saying earlier about putting in the work, you can't raise a kid by not paying attention to it for 6 years or something. Like,
then it just leaves.
Yeah. So, like, we gotta put in the work now so that this kid can take care of us when it's older,
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I never thought about it to that point, but that's very true.
Make me think too deep on it now.
That's very true. Like, bands can be babies.
This band is our baby.
That's for sure, man.
Bands are babies. And how can they find you guys?
Everywhere online.
Yeah, we're on. If you want to follow us or shoot us a like, we're on Facebook, Instagram. Twitter's pretty inactive.
Twitter sucks.
Yeah,
Twitter is really just...
We're boycotting
like
Twitter as a band.
I
Yeah.
don't really... Yeah.
But
Twitter.
to listen to our music, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon.
Anywhere that
Google, yeah, anywhere, Pandora.
Deezer. I don't even know what that is, but I got an email that
Deezer.
I got an email that we're on it the other day. I don't even
Sounds
know
like an old people dating
Right?
site.
What? Wait, what's it called?
I think it's called Deezer.
Deezer?
Yeah, like
Tidal? Is that one of them?
Yeah, we're on Tidal too, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Title's
everywhere.
very underrated, I feel like.
Yeah.
Type in
We on that-
Northcoast
we on that
Shakedown
Jay-Z
and
money
do the
now.
thing.
Yeah, getting that shakedown.
Yeah.
You guys go on Shakedown Street?
No.
What does that mean? Where is that?
It's a Grateful Dead song.
I'm sorry to do this, but
You guys have Grateful Dead?
not a fan of the Grateful Dead. Never have been. Jerry Garcia
So
lost
that
his finger in Bob Weir's butt.
So that reference did not hit.
No.
Yeah, you just saw both of our black expressions.
way above our head.
I thought it was some kind of. I'm so dumb. I thought it was some kind of Bruce Springsteen like E Street band. Like,
I mean, E Street.
yeah, I was just like, wait, what?
Like, is this a street in Akron that we don't know about? Like,
Shakedown Street. Yeah, that's it's funny. So yeah, anything you guys want to say before? You guys are going to be at Beachland in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna be at Beachland.
March
2
8th.
weeks. Yeah, March 8th with Joint Operation. If you guys need tickets, hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, we'll bring them to you. Like,
Oh yeah, Prime Delivery.
for
prime
sure.
delivery, but less than 2 days.
We're like Grubhub with concert tickets.
With food. Are you gonna? Are
Maybe.
you guys, Chris? Are you gonna bring a food?
I'll bring food if I can eat it with them.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know what you want. I'll grab you some Taco Bell on the way.
Chris has got your back.
I'll do what it takes to sell concert tickets. It's the best way to support local. So if it takes Taco Bell, then whatever.
That'd be cool if we had like a local music delivery guy who just delivers local tickets.
You know what would be cool? If we could get a concert going at Denny's.
Oh yes, you know, Alex Tortellini and I were talking about that the other day. Actually, we
You
were.
seen the video of
Yeah.
the event at Denny's?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yo, if you guys make that happen, North Coast is on.
How like
I'm gonna get some zesty
How'd they do that?
nachos and play my heart out.
did they hit the ceiling or something?
Denny's, bruh. I don't know.
Did they? I thought they hit the ceiling in
I
that
think they
video.
threw a table for sure. Like,
F Denny's, bruh. F Denny's.
Get that grand slam. Yeah, we'll. Yeah, that. Oh man, I'll contact the manager.
So sick.
That'd be crazy. Hey, everybody, come to Denny's. Oh, that's funny. All right. So yeah, thanks guys for
Right on,
coming
thanks
out.
for having
This
us.
is
Yeah,
blast.
that's awesome. You guys are awesome. Check out Northcoast Shakedown. They're on Apple Music, Spotify. The first song you guys played,
Yeah, trust me, I'm a
Yeah,
doctor.
trust
Yeah.
me, I'm a doctor.
that one's on all the streams.
All the new ones coming soon.
Yep. Everything else we played will be on this EP coming up. So
Nice. That's awesome. Chris and Adam from Northcoast Shakedown.
Yeah, boy.
indeed.